Hey guys, what's happening? It's your boy Invis here. Today I am going to be bringing you a video on how to build a 5-man base. This is going to be a whole Q&A session, so if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask them in the chat section, or after the stream. Please leave comments down telling me what you think of this build, what you think should be changed, all of that jazz. Now, I am just pulling out the chat right now so that I can have access to that. Okay. Alright guys, so what I'm going to be building today is actually going to be this one. Now, currently right now in my Rolling with Bush series, we have this one. I love these two. They're essentially the exact same. If I'm not mistaken, they have roughly the same amount of foundations. Pardon me, a little under the weather right now. Now, these are a couple of other styles that you can do. Roughly the same amount of material, take up the same amount of space. They look different than this on the outside, so it's a little bit more difficult to guess as to what it is or what you're going to be doing. So people aren't used to seeing necessarily something like these, so it might throw them off. I've never actually built either one of these just yet. I might build a smaller condensed version without this exterior part on one of my series, but for now these are the two that I typically do. So we're going to go over this one right here, and I'm going to show you why I picked this one, and we're just going to go from there. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask. Alright, so let's switch over. Boom, boom. Alright, now with this, with what I just said being said, the reason why I picked this is because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slap a, let's see, it has to be a bit high. Let's go with that right there. Boom. Alright, so this is going to be just a standard, I can do a triangle, actually, if I remember correctly. Alright, so this is my standard 1x2 that I always use. Okay? I'm not going to dick around with doors for now. I'm going to worry about it at a later time. Simply because you guys get the concept, you know you're supposed to put doors up, so there's no need for me to go over that. Alright. Alright. Now, I'm going to, for now, put my TC right here. Now, typically, I don't do TCs inside the 1x2s. I typically don't. I usually will put them on an exterior part, and then go ahead and wall them off completely. But because I'm turning this into that 5-man build, I want to place it here specifically. And it's so that we can gain access to it at a later time. Alright, so now once we have this done, we can go ahead and slap down boxes however we see fit. Actually, if I break that, turn it, I can slap a large box right there. You can either put a large box or you can put a series of furnaces, whatever you want. All up to you guys. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about box placement, to be honest, because This is just a temporary thing. Very temporary. I'll put down a furnace. Probably a few of them. And this is just a temporary thing. Okay, now, what I'll do from here, of course, put doors up. You can wall it off at a second story so that nobody can come in. That's fine. You can do however you want. What up, Vegeta? But the reason why I'm coming out here is because now, this is what I'm going to do. Let me just quickly remember. Boom. Alright. This one, it's very, very important that you stone this part off as soon as possible, because if they break it, you can just rebuild onto it. It's not that big of a deal. This one, however, you're gonna want to get rid of that one. So this becomes the new location for your TC, and that is why I said do not wall off the TC that is in this spot right here. You don't wall that TC off because you're going to need access to it at a later time to break it, because you're going to need to move your TC in here eventually. Alright, let's go ahead and stone the rest of this off. And let's do square. Triangle. Okay, so this is the base of the build, the majority of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Alright. So you still have your 1x1 or 1x2 right here, and now you're building the rest of the base. So this is why I love this base, is because you can start with your starter base, but turn it into your full-fledged base for your whole team, and it turns out really wicked. Alright, so let's come back, slap a couple of specifications on, boom, and then let's do triangles. Now I might have a hard time placing. Never mind. This is absolutely perfect. Alright, now all you need to do is the rest of the walls. Throw a bunch of walls up. First, I'm going to put a couple of door frames so that we have multiple exits. It is important to have multiple exits. You never know where the enemy is going to come from, and you don't want the only exit to your base to be where they are. If you take a look at my last raid cam video, you'll see that that ends up being one of the biggest reasons why the raiders lost, was because their door was facing the enemy and they couldn't get out of their own base. Boom. Guys, this is my modded server. I am only using this for YouTube clips. Once in a blue moon, somebody will find this. I don't have it blocked off or anything like that, so people can find this and can go ahead and play on this server. But right now, it is strictly just for build purposes. I don't have a bunch of people on here, so it's a very, very low pop server. My main Breaking Rust server is the one that is heavily populated with probably about 100 people or so at a time with a queue going. This also, I will be hosting the big YouTube event on here for a bunch of Rust YouTubers. If you want more information on that, please send me a link on Discord or on Steam, or just leave a comment on YouTube and I will give you all of the information. But I am looking for a bunch of YouTubers wanting to do this, wanting to join the event. I've got, if I'm not mistaken, I've got Tiny Pirate. I have to touch base with him a little bit more on it. I've got Pepper the Red, and then a bunch of others that I know personally and that I've talked to through Steam as well as through Discord. So it should be a whole lot of fun. But anyways, going back to the build. Do I have infinite resources? Yes, that's why. Because it is my modded server. I can spawn in however much I want. So I spawned in 100,000 stone and 100,000 wood, so that at the end of the day, we can calculate exactly how much wood was needed, how much stone was needed, with or without mistakes, all of that jazz. So that's why I did that. That's why we're on my modded server. Because if I do this on my regular server, the server's gonna freak the fuck out, wondering why the hell is the admin spawning in all this crap. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on with the build. We're gonna go ahead and work on the honeycomb part. Alright, I am being told I sound quiet. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, my mic is turned down. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. I apologize, I did not realize that my mic was turned down that much. Let me know if that fixed the problem. If you have any questions whatsoever, please throw them down. If you have any questions about why I'm building it a certain way, why have I not put a TC in the middle like you see everyone else do, all of that jazz. Now, I'm going to put the disclaimer that you would normally have doors up already. You would put doors there. I'm not messing with it because that's common sense. You know how to put doors up. So that is why I'm skipping that part right now. Okay. Once you have it honeycombed, you're pretty safe to now use this part as the base if you really wanted to, while you continue to build it up. Or you can stick with in here it just might get a little bit tight. I typically end up moving in here and use this part as the main base while I build it up. Okay, now let's go ahead and place the center TCs down. So what we're going to do is we want to go a couple high. Let's do stairs. Trying to see. Alright, cool. Right there. Oh, my bad. On the first floor, I absolutely never put any flooring down on what would be considered the second floor. I absolutely don't, because I want it airlocked all the way up to my next floor, which you will need to do a box jump in order to get to the next floor. So that is why I destroyed those, and will continue to do so. Oops. Don't fall in the honeycomb. If you're wondering how to build this without being able to fly, just build stairs, and you'll be fine. What up, Nova? How you doing, dude? Are you enjoying the server this wipe? This right here will be taken out, and the stairs will be taken out as well. I am simply just doing this just so that I can build up. Now you can go as high as you want to stack your TCs. I typically will just stack about the first two floors. Oh hey X, what up, buddy? And then we got Funky Pack. What up, man? I'm about a week into Rust, so this is perfect for me. Dude, I'm so glad that you're enjoying this, man. Ask Funky, dude, ask any questions whatsoever. This is all about learning. This is all about having fun. I do have another stream that I went over last week on how to build starter bases, which might be helpful for you, but I can go over that right at the end of this build if you would like. I have no problem doing that. Okay, so let's cap this off. Okay, now once you have this middle part down, you're actually going to have to break the TC in that other area, because that's going to interfere with placing these two stacked over here. So the way TCs work is they will go, they create a giant bubble around them, a certain radius. So let's say, I think it's about like this wide from it. So it has a pretty big girth around it, but they only go down half a floor. So if I take this and I try to place it up here, I can't. As you can see, down at the bottom left it says can't place, failed check. You're trying to place it too close to another tool cupboard. But if I break this down, and that's why I place it inside this 1x2, I can go ahead and come back over here. I can place authorize. I can come down here, and because it only goes down half a flight down, I can place another one here. Now, the importance of having stacked TCs, it's crucial to have stacked TCs because people are going to be using a lot of resources to get to the center of this to get to your TC. Then they'll start building up, but they'll only be able to build to essentially right here. This would be the level that they'd be able to build. They won't be able to build this. In fact, let's go ahead and break this. Break that. And I'm going to deauthorize myself. So, but I have access to the bottom one, right? So I can build down at the bottom without a problem. I can just slap another thing down just like that, right? But when I come up here, I can't build anything. I'm blocked. So then how do I get to the next level? Well, I really can't unless I go far out enough and then I build up and try to get in that way, or from underneath I blow up and try to get to access to the TC. Either way, it's going to be rather difficult for them to do so. So that's why I stack TCs. Now, you can choose to stack TCs directly on top of each other. I do in this video, just for sake of ease of the flow on the inside, but because of what I just mentioned of blowing straight up, it might be better to to offset it 1 or 2 or however much you want, so that they can't just blow straight up once they get to this TC, blow straight up and have access to the next one. So stacking them directly on top of each other, not always the best case. I did in this instant because it just makes it a little bit easier to go ahead and do that real quick and then wall everything off. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, and let's... Okay, Funky has a couple questions. How do you get rid of something you built without having to destroy it? Can you replace a lock with a code lock? Replace a wood door with a metal door without having to destroy what you already built? Okay, so yes, you can. I'm going to keep it daytime. You absolutely can. I can rotate right here. So how do you get rid of something you built? So if I want to get rid of these stairs right here, as long as it's been within 15 minutes and it's within my TC, when I have the hammer, if I right click, I can come down to this one. It says demolish, and I can go ahead and demolish those without a problem. So, but if it's been more than 15 minutes, you won't see demolish. What you'll see is absolutely nothing. Now this one pops up only because I'm an admin, so that's why that pops up. Typically nothing would pop up. This won't be here, so you won't be able to do anything except for if you upgrade. You can then rotate the wall after you upgrade it, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you can rotate a wall after you upgrade it. All right, so Nova has a couple of questions. Funky. Also, As for getting rid of something that you built without having to destroy it, and this is new, relatively new. If I place this down, and it has to be a deployable such as that. I can't do it with a furnace. It has to be something like that. If I come up to it with a hammer and I right click, oh wait, no, I hold E, I can pick up. Same thing with door codes, same thing with doors. You have to take the door code or door lock off first, and then you can go ahead and open the door, and then you can do the door the same way. Alright, continuing on with the build. Hey Life Death, how you doing, dude? You're gonna bitch. Nope. Wait a minute. I never got a notification. You're saying that somebody donated 20 bucks? Why the hell did I not get a notification? Dude, X, you are awesome, dude. I do not know why I did not get a notification, and I don't know why the donate button did not move up, or the donate ticker did not move. That is quite odd. Let me see if I got... Son of a bitch. Yeah, it says I don't have anything selected, which is not true at all. Because this is the sound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you give such a good foot massage.
That's what pops up when somebody donates money. As for why it didn't right now, I do not know. I'm going to resave this and find out what the fuck is going on. Save settings. And then let's go back. Yeah, and the subs thing is good. So if you subscribe, it should pop up without a problem. I don't know why it did not pop up for the other thing. But thank you so much for the donate, my friend. If you want, feel free to test it out again. If you want to see if the donate feature works, feel free. Anybody, dollar, all of it works. You should be able to see what the animation is. Alright. Let's get back into this build of this bad boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you give such a good foot massage.
There we go, and it works. Thank you so much, buddy. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. All right, let's rotate. Oh wait, we can't rotate it. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, guys, I don't know why I didn't mention this before. When you're building, and this is good for Funky, when you're building this, if you press R, it'll rotate your wall. So you see how I have an X right now? That means the wall is backwards. That means the weaker side is facing me. And we don't want that. We want the stronger side to be on the outside. So if we press R and then place it, the strong side will be here. Now, we can go ahead and rotate after we upgrade it or after we place it, but it's just good to know how to go ahead and rotate a wall ahead of time so you don't skip that part. Now, these walls are backwards because this is where I started from. Now, I can, if I wanted to, on the inside, I can actually, it's not too hard to pick these two out. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, wall pick, and then we're gonna place a couple of walls down. Do I know if Spicy Gamer got raided? I do not. I would tell him, but I'm in the middle of the stream. Hopefully he's watching and hopefully he gets that. Okay, let's see, do we have any questions coming up? Oh, Nova, you're gonna stream on Twitch, dude? I dig it, man. I will go ahead and also this goes for you as well, Life Death. I know that you stream as well. So,
Oh yeah, that feels good.
Dude, X.
You give such a good foot massage.
You are awesome, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. You are crazy. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys that there is going to be a big event for YouTubers that I am hosting. It's going to be on this server specifically. This is my modded server. I will be handing out all of the resources needed to build a killer base for a 3-man group. You guys have your group that you build, 3-man group, and once you're done building, you have an hour to build it. Once you're done, it's all raiding after that. Last one standing wins. I supply absolutely everything. So it's going to be a great opportunity for the viewers, for us to provide great content for the viewers, and also it's a great way for us to network together as YouTubers and collaborate a little bit. I feel that it's very important that people work together to accomplish the same goal, same task. And YouTube actually agrees with me on that, and that is why they have it so that when you work together, you'll actually get, your stream will get recommended more often and faster. That's why a lot of Vine videos do so well, because that Vine community works together and they support each other and actually make videos on each other's blogs. So it works really well. So that's why they get millions of views and stuff like that, is because they're actually working together. So that's what I want to promote, and that's why I'm doing this event for us in the future. So hit me up on the Discord. I know you've got my links already. So hit me up with any questions that you might have about it. All right, so you've got the core of the base done. All the rest of that you're doing on the first floor is strictly just honeycomb, right? So we're going to come down here, and we're going to go ahead and honeycomb the crap out of this. Oops, let's go ahead and do 2 floors. Boom. Rotate. Boom. Boom. And I think the reason X has been donating so much is because he wants to see the animation of that chick and hear the voice, so it's all good. It's all good. Wait, did I forget one? I think I forgot the centerpiece. Crap! Don't be a noob like me. Do not forget this. Okay, so as you can see, I'm building this. I'm trying to build this part right here. I could build it faster if I do no clip and I move through it really quickly. But I'm trying to show you guys that you can build just like on a regular server. I can build this without a problem whatsoever on a regular server without doing no clip or anything like that. So that's why it was important for me or to me to make sure that you guys see how you would build this yourself and not how I build it as an admin. Also, if ever I'm streaming on my server, everything is legit. I don't no clip to build. I'll no clip to show the build itself in the middle of the stream. But when I'm on my server and I'm gaming, it's all legit. I gather it myself. But I don't know. I feel bad raiding people on my own server, so I haven't done that yet. Unless it's an online raid, then I might go ahead and chip in on that. Okay, Vegeta is back. Hey, buddy. Okay, so I just realized that I am actually fucking up right now on one important thing. And I'll show you what I am fucking up on right now. Okay, I built this exterior wall 2 walls high, which is great, grand, wonderful, and that is perfectly fine. That's exactly what you want to do. Before you start honeycombing, though, what you want to do is this. You want to place all of this down up here. Because once you, and I mean, I hate that I made this mistake, but I'm glad because it lets us actually go over it. Once these walls are down, I can't place anything down like that, right? So you want to make sure to not screw up like that. So don't fuck up like that, and you'll be fine. Now, what you can do is you can go ahead and leave one of these actually empty. That's typically what I do, so that I have a way of coming in, back in here, and continue building the honeycomb part. But we're gonna go ahead and go up to the top up here. If you're wondering how the hell you would get up here, ladder hatches. So that's how I do all of my bases. I don't do stairs anymore. I strictly do a double jump ladder hatch, and I'll show you how it works and why it works. Okay, now everything's done. Let's go ahead and upgrade it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, you can choose, if you have, at this point, you have metal frags, I would go ahead and upgrade this to sheet metal, because it's going to cost less resources than stone, and it's going to be just as strong as just as durable. Now, the reason why I don't do stone on my floors is because it's super loud, and you can't creep around or be as quiet while moving quickly. Now, if I crouch, even on sheet metal, it'll be quiet, but now I'm moving very slow. So that is one key factor as to why I do stone. But if you do sheet metal, then the bottoms can't be picked through. So that also works as an advantage for you. So it's all on your taste and preference. I love upgrading to sheet metal because it uses a hell of a lot of less resources, but it has its pros and cons. Now, to offset the con of it being loud when you walk on sheet metal, you can slap down rugs. You can always do that. That is a good solution for that problem. Also, I'll never put sheet metal on the outside because you can actually see through sheet metal. So you'll actually be able to see where the TC is, where the layout, what the layout looks like, stuff like that. So I avoid that at all costs. Okay, so once you're at this point, you're going to come back to the section that has, where is it? Not this one, it's this one over here. That has the opening. And you're going to come through and you're going to finish honeycomb. Now, because I made that mistake, let's go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, to save time, I'm not going to. You would do exactly as I started to. It's essentially the exact same. So let's go ahead and just continue on as if I never made that fucking mistake. Pretend like that never happened. Alright, so you got one section done right there. Let's go ahead and slap that up. So this really is a base that you can just build over time and continue to work on and keep making better and better and better. In fact, if you don't upgrade these right away, you'll actually get enough metal pretty quickly, especially with a 3 or 5 man group, where you can upgrade this to heavy armor. And I recommend doing, especially on the inside, because on the outside all they'll see is stone and assume that it's just all stone. And once they eventually get in here and they see the armor, they might realize that they might not have enough resources to get through and finish raiding your base. So they might bounce and move on. So that's a good good thing to have. It's a good deceptive advantage to do that. Now the reason why I pick this base in particular to build as my actual bases that I use all the time, I didn't come up with this. If I remember correctly, it was Swaggy the Fox that I think came up with this build. But the thing that I like about it is from the outside, you can't tell that it is double wall stacked. Now, of course, when I'm streaming, everybody watching knows that it is. So that part ends up being obsolete for me. It doesn't really take the deceptive part away for people because they're watching it live. But still, it's a very strong, extremely OP base. But if I'm not streaming, people don't see it, they won't know that it is double wall stacked. Whereas I've seen lots of bases where it's very obvious, so all I do is I make sure I have more than enough to accommodate a double wall stacked. Alright, so the honeycomb is completely done. So let me go ahead and spawn in a ladder hatch so I can go ahead and go over how and why I do ladder hatches. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and slap this bad boy right here. Okay, so the reason why I do ladder hatches is because if I do stairs and somebody blows through this wall, they can just walk up the stairs and get right here, pick through that floor, and then get up to the next level, right? So that's why on this floor I won't have anything high that they can use to pick through the floor above, or even boost to get up to the next level. So ladder hatch, I cannot reach it to open it whatsoever. But if I come over here and I jump on the box, I can now open it and get up here. Of course, you can slap a code lock on the ladder hatch so that nobody can do the same thing. And so let's say somebody's raiding you and they blow this out. It doesn't matter. They can't boost up to the next level unless they're very, very skilled and know how to do a 3-man boost, which not a lot of people know how to do. Not a lot of people do a triple boost, and to do a triple boost I think you need like 4 or 5 people anyways, so it'd have to be a large group to do that. So but it can be done. If you take a look at my last raid video, eventually the people actually do a triple man boost. It still ends up being a fail and it's hilarious, but it's good stuff. Alright, moving back to the build. Now, while I'm doing this, keep in mind, it's your base. You can do it however you want. These are just recommendations. I know that a lot of people will show off the whole entire base and they'll say, build it exactly like this, or build it however you want, right? But if you build it exactly like it and everybody watches the same video, they know the layout and they know how to raid that base, right? And that's why a lot of people have been changing it and saying, build it however you want. My thing is, with this particular build, it's the best way to build it. And because it's the best way to build it, you can copy it exactly how it is if you feel that that is what you want to do. I'm not going to say that that's what you need to do, but I am going to go ahead and show you exactly how I do things and exactly why and why I do the things that I am doing. Now, I've walled off this TC. I mean, this part right here. You can choose to place that TC in another slot, or you can choose to just have these walls completely open and have this room be feel a little less cluttered. But for a 3-man group, it's fine for now. And I'm going to show you where to place beds, where to place your loot room, where to place your shooting room, all of that jazz. On this floor specifically, I always choose this as the first sleeping floor. I might have multiple beds throughout on multiple different levels, so that if they eventually do get to this level, I can still spawn elsewhere. I do not put my main loot on here. In fact, this is just sleeping. I might have a couple of guns, a few things on here, but not much, not worth blowing into and wasting the C4. But then the next floor is the shooting, and the next floor is the loot room. That way it maximizes how many floors they have to get through in order to get to your loot. I see so many people do sleeping and loot room on this floor, and then shooting on the next, and then the roof. And I don't know, I feel like, yeah, it costs more resources to move the loot room all the way to the top, but it's going to cost more resources for them to raid it. So to me, that's important. So it's all up to you, however you see fit. But anyways, I'm going to continue on with the build. Canada, what do you mean you were trying your best? I don't know what you mean by that. What up, Jay? And if you guys are enjoying this, please slap that like button and please subscribe. It'd be very important to me that you guys do that. It helps get my video out to more viewers, so it allows for more people to see this, learn from it, and continue to grow from it. Oh, I made a mistake, as always. I'm going to go over why that's a mistake in a second. Oh, Canada is saying, don't make fun of them for failing. They were part of that raid that I was talking about. So they were the ones trying to boost. Dude, you guys did it. I've never triple man boost. So, so good job actually doing that. If it wasn't honeycombed the way that it was, it wouldn't have been a problem. But yeah, dude, that was awesome. Can you honeycomb your floor with half walls? No, because people could just jump over it, right? So I want to see why you would want to. Now, if you could build off of the half walls, that would be awesome. Then I would absolutely do that. What he's saying is, could you? I think this is what he's saying. Could you go ahead and place this? That way you could put a floor here and then another floor there. I wish you could. If they ever implement that into the game, that would be sick. That would make raiding so much more difficult. But they don't do that. And not only can you not place anything on there that way, but you can't do a high wall. So it really doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose. I have a purpose for it, for these half walls in this base, and I will show you in a second what that is. But unfortunately, you just cannot build off of the high walls. The high walls, they're still a little tweaked. They're still working on it, but it's kind of stupid. I'll go over how I utilize the half walls in a second. Jay's asking if I can make another design for a 3-man crew. Absolutely. In fact, I would not change a single thing on this. Just make it smaller. Make a more condensed version. And I'll show you how you can make a more condensed version in just a second. Actually, I can probably hop on Fortify and do it real quick. Very, very quickly. But it's the exact same style, exact same design, but smaller. So this is the design that I am currently doing right now, right? This is what you see right now. But if I wanted to make a small 1-man crew, not a problem. I can just come down here. Instead of doing 3 more, I just do that. Square, square, square. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Alright, and then break those. Delete, delete, delete. So that's why I like this base, is because you can scale it up, you can scale it down, you can do whatever you want with it, really. I should just put square foundations instead of triangles, because that is ultimately what is needed. Alright, and then from here, it's literally the exact same. So instead of having a 1x2, you'd have, I would recommend, if you're doing the same thing and you want a starter base and then build into it, do a 1x1 with a triangle piece on it, and I mean that would absolutely suffice. So then here you go. This is the same base layout, but on a smaller, condensed version. So you won't be able to put as much loot in it per se. Actually, you could put almost the exact same amount of loot in here. It's just a little bit less walls for them to go through, but yeah, it's smaller. How did I do this? Okay, so this is This is actually called Fortify. So you can get this on the Steam app store. If I'm not mistaken, it's like $1. So let me store page. This is Fortify. So you can test builds on here however you want. You can see how many rockets it's going to be to destroy it. You can see what's the stability like, because stability plays a huge factor on rating. It's very important. And I think it's just $1. Yeah, it's 99 cents. And it has all of the latest stuff. So this is great to have. So that's the app that I am using right now currently on here. Okay, so back to the base build. I want to see something real quick. Oh, guys, I am so close to my headphone gulls. This is crazy. X you the man. Okay, so, and Jay, I hope that this earns me a subscription, please, buddy. If you could subscribe for more content like this in the future, that'd be a huge help for me. All right, now I mentioned I had a wall right here, right? And I broke it down saying I made a mistake. So the reason why I made a mistake, or the reason why I felt that I had a mistake, is because in all of my base builds, I want these. These are called fireman chutes. So no matter how high you build them, you can always get down without taking any fall damage if you do it correctly. Now, if I just stand here and I walk off the edge, I would essentially potentially take some fall damage. Let's go ahead and turn off God mode. All right, let's get back up here and let's see if I take any damage. Yeah, see, I took some damage, but if I go ahead and just walk towards the wall, I'm not going to take any damage whatsoever. So that's why I always have fireman chutes on all my bases, so that if you're getting raided and you shoot somebody, they had a rocket launcher, they had rockets on them, you killed everybody, perfect. Now you just come down here, you get outside real quickly, grab the loot, and run back. So that's why I have fireman chutes. Very important. The two the three basic things, you can build a base however you want, but the three basic things I recommend is always honeycomb. Have 2 levels high so that they can't just buddy jump into the next floor. They need more than 2 people. So do the ladder hatch jump and do airlocks. And then you can build a base however you want, but if you have those 3 key features, then your base is pretty golden. Oh, one last thing, which is just as important as the base layout, is external TCs. Now, my base that I have right now, I have evenly placed 6 TCs on the outside. You can place more if you want to, if you figure out how to. But I think 6 is the golden number actually right now. And what's great about that is if they blow through the center when they gain access to that, the exterior TCs go all the way up to this wall, and this wall, and this wall, and this part, and this wall. So even if they blow all the way in to the center part, because of the external TCs, they still cannot build up to the next level. So that's why it's important to have external TCs. Alright, so I'm going to kind of try to jam through the rest of this because from here, it's pretty basic stuff. So I just slap doors everywhere. Again, feel free to ask any questions you might have about the base. You have a 5-minute delay on stream. That's fine. I think I still have it set as a default for when I'm actually streaming. When I'm playing and streaming at the same time because of stream snipers. I don't mind, honestly. I do not mind stream snipers. If you ever see me playing the game, and I'm actually building and all that stuff, you can ask me what server I'm on. I'll tell you what server I'm on, and if you want to come build next to me and try to stream snipe me, that is perfectly fine. Just because, worst case scenario, you kill me, I lose my stuff. Not a big deal. Best case scenario, you provide good content for my viewers, right? So as long as you're not hacking and cheating and using aimbot and bullshit like that, come at me all you want. I'm perfectly fine with it. You can even jack my base. I'll just rebuild and relocate if need be. So, but I do have a delay because I don't want to make it easy for stream snipers. Okay. Moving on. Next floor. Come on, let's go. Okay, let's do this quickly. Hey, if Canada's saying they can foundation any base, yes they can. They absolutely can. But here's the thing, is if they have to resort to foundation wiping in order to get to your base, I still consider that a win. I mean, they have to work so hard as to foundation wipe just to get to it, then whatever. I mean, there's not much you can do about it, right? But I don't know, foundation wiping something like this, you know how many rockets, how many C4 you would have to go through. And as for the rockets, you'd have to blow through multiple walls plus the foundations in order to put a dent in it. If you do C4 and if the wall's high enough, the foundation's high enough, you could bounce it off of the you could actually bounce it off of the floor underneath this and stick it to the underside foundation. I actually do that from time to time when I'm raiding just to fuck with the stability of the base, and some of the walls will actually crumble without having to use a lot of rockets on it. So, but I will be making a video at a later time on little tricks on actually raiding.
Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you give such a good foot massage.
Dude, thank you so much for the extra donation. That gets me the headset. I greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in what the headset actually is that I will be getting, there's actually a link to it on my wish list. It is a Ghost headset you can get off Amazon, 80 bucks. They're actually ranked better than Beats headphones for better sound quality, better comfort, all that jazz. Plus they look badass in my opinion. So those are the headphones I will be getting. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, man. This one is backwards. Oh wow. I've actually used up all of the stone. So this is over 100,000 stone base. Jay, you can't donate? Not a problem, dude. Just hit me up with a subscribe and feel free to share this with all your friends. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of by the end of the month, by my birthday on the 28th. So if you subscribe and share it, that'd be a huge help, buddy. All right, so let's go ahead and give right there, right? Yep. Oh wait. Let's make it daytime. F off with the night. So this base does cost a lot of resources to build, as you can tell, but it costs even more resources to raid. So it becomes well worth it to build a base like this. And you can actually expand on it even more if you wanted to. All of these are backwards. I just realized that. Yeah, for a 5-man group, it's really not that bad. A lot of people think it's hard to gather resources for whatever reason, but yesterday my buddy Bushwookie, he went out and he filled, I think, two large boxes full of stone, which is 60,000 stone. A 5-man group can do that easily, and we're building this. We built the exact same base. Now we have a small tweak to our base, very small tweak. Your base is only as strong as your weakest link, right? So your weakest part, meaning the doors, is as weak as your base is. So essentially the strength of your base doesn't start until right here, because blowing through doors isn't the most difficult thing in the world. So what he and I actually did was, we have a bridge. So we built a another component right here. We go up, and then we use a bridge to gain access to the actual base. And there's literally nothing but honeycomb on the first floor. So that's something that you could definitely try. Okay, I'm just reading comments. Jay's talking about how he gave away a base with a ton of stuff in it. Yeah, it's very easy to get resources in here. So too many people complain too quickly about gathering and crap. I think they're just lazy. I made a mistake. As always, I keep fucking up one way or another. You want to have openings for the ladder hatches. Normally, you guys want to be fucking up as much as I am. And normally I wouldn't be making as many mistakes because I'd be building over time. And so you notice all these little mistakes while you're doing the actual game itself. Just plays a little bit different. Anyways, okay, so this is where your shooting floor will be. Now I want to see. I originally made this into. My goal was to make this into a primitive server. So I restricted a lot of content to be built. I'm wondering if this is one of them. Yeah, no shop fronts. Oh, that's such a drag. And I don't know. It's my buddy Bush who does it. I don't recall how to unrestrict shop front windows. But with that being said, I want to go over something with you guys because I don't know why I rarely ever see somebody do this. Doesn't make sense to me, but I hardly ever see anybody use shop front windows aside from being a shop front window. Those windows are bulletproof. Why wouldn't you use it on your main base as a scout window or whatever? So anyways, with that being said, what I like to do is come over and do a bunch of little windows here and there. Right, and then this part in particular, do double door, boom. Oh wait a minute. Why am I off? What's off? Anyways, I shouldn't have one right there. Yeah. So the shop front windows have to go into a double door frame. Why that is, I don't know, but it is what it is. So this is what I like to do right here, because then you can, I can shoot right here. I can see people here, shoot out of that window. They can't hit me because it's bulletproof. Then I can come over here, shoot them all I want. So it just provides great coverage when you have the shop front windows on these double door parts. It just makes it so much easier to scout out and see really what's going around your base without worrying about getting a headshot off on you or something. Okay. I love adding roof pieces on this floor specifically. It adds a whole new element for when you are getting online rated. So if I come over here, why can't I come on? Where is on which? Why isn't it? There we go. Now you can choose to leave it like that, or you can choose to actually add these on the outside. If you're going to do that, you might want to place them before, place that one specifically before you put the roof up, so that you can have access to it at a later time. upgrade all of this. Now you don't need to worry about this right here. If that gets shot out, it's not a big deal. You don't have to upgrade it. You can save the resources. It's not actually going to serve a purpose in any way, shape, or form. Although what you could do is if you upgrade it, then it would require more rockets to blow this roof piece out. So that's the only real advantage that you'd have if you upgrade that piece right there. But it's not needed any way, shape, or form. But that is the shooting floor. It allows for everything to be completely covered, invisible. But of course you'll have access to the roof, and that's from the roof is where you'll be able to really shoot down and get anyone that is up close. This is mostly for people who are far. The reason why I like this right here is because then you can get all these nice angles without picking out too much. Same with this right here. Also, you can, if you want to, you can actually slap a couple of those and be able to duck very quickly. Boom, 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 boom. So it works really well. Make sure to put a door frame on all of them. Otherwise, the reason why is because when this does get shot out, if you don't have the door frame up, there is a possibility that these walls will break and disappear. So I do due to stability purposes. So that's why I always put a double door there. And I currently, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have this. Yeah, we have something similar to this on our actual base right now. GTA, what up, buddy? Josh, I hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah, where the roofs are, can you have secret loot rooms? You absolutely can. In fact, that's what we did on ours. Instead of having an airlock on ours, we have this part jet out as well with a window on both sides. And we have a door right here with a box underneath the ramp, underneath this little roof piece. And that way we can get to that very quickly for meds and stuff like that. I feel that having access to a fireman chute is a little bit more important. Now, you could, of course, relocate the fireman chute if you wanted to, but I'm even higher than I was before, and I'm still not going to take any fall damage when I come down here, right? So that's why I always add a fireman chute. The Wolf Game, what's up, buddy? Let's see here. What is this server? This server is my Conan Misfits server. I don't know why this is all jacked up right now. It's super annoying. But anyways, all I'm using this right now is for basically base builds, YouTube clips, going over all kinds of stuff. But I will be hosting a big server event on this, and I will be locking this server so that nobody has access to it. And the event is going to be exclusively for YouTubers to provide good content for their viewers. So it's going to be an awesome event for next month. But right now I use the Conan Misfits just for base building. It was originally going to be another server that was primitive, a primitive server, and that's why it's the Conan Misfits. But I'm going to hold off on that right now because I want to do the events. I feel that that will be a little bit better, a little bit more entertaining. GTA, if you like this video, please leave that like and subscribe, buddy. I always have videos like this going over stuff. This one is strictly just how to build this 5-man base and answer any and all questions. That's why it's taking such a long time to build the base. It's because I'm going over absolutely everything. Would you want to play later if you have Discord? Yeah, buddy, I'm always down for that. Yeah, hit me up on go to breakingrust.net. If you go to breakingrust.net, let me just pull it up real quick. This is my actual main server. It's a 100 pop server. It gets up there pretty quickly. Usually have a queue from time to time, but you can come down here and you can click on, I don't know why it's not loading, but you can click right here and it is actually going to be a why aren't you loading, you son of a bitch? Anyways, this actually will take you to our Discord link right here. And then you can check out all of the YouTube videos. You can get mats, you can find rules, whatever you want. Anyways, that is my main server. So do hit me up on Discord if you would like to check that out. Would you be able to join it as a YouTuber? Absolutely, man. More the merrier. It's going to be great for everybody to build off of each other. Like I said, there's going to be a couple of relatively big YouTubers like Pepper the Red, the Little Pirate. They're going to join. So it can end up being absolutely massive. So yeah, hit me up. I want to make this event just really fun and be able to promote each other the best that we can. Alright, so let's continue on with the build, because not everybody wants to hear about the event. Thank you so much, buddy. I greatly appreciate the subscription, my friend. All right, now from here, the rest of the shooting quarters, you can build it however you want. I like to typically put walls, or you can even do shot fronts right here so that you aren't getting shot out, but yet you can still see. But the reason why I do walls and stuff is because you're not always going to be in situations where you have a nice flat area where nothing's higher than your base. Sometimes you're going to be next to a cliff, which really sucks. And with that being said, you don't want people to be able to just shoot through this window and hit you from behind while you're looking through this one. So I will from time to time just throw up walls. Also, walls versus the double doors like that, walls will provide for more stability, which is very important in any base situation. But when you do it like this, let me go ahead and get rid of these right here. When you do it like this, you can actually place a couple of large boxes right here, and you can actually put you can easily just go ahead and put some med kits in here, or meds, or whatever you want, syringes, some weapons, just so that while you're fighting, you're good to go. You can continue to rock and roll. I deserve 3,000 subs. I greatly appreciate it. I have to agree. But of course I agree. I'll get there eventually. It might take me a little bit longer, but I will continue to work on it and continue to build until we get there. Sky's the limit, right? I plan on making good tutorial videos as well as killer raid videos. I really want to make amazing raid cam videos. So I tell everybody on my server, I try to tell everybody on my server, when you're about to do a big giant raid, please notify me so that I can record it. So that's how I got up that last raid cam, and it ended up being awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think everyone really enjoyed it. Single door frames also provide more stability than the double door frames, so keep that in mind. What up, Crowy? Can I make a trap base design? Absolutely. My main trap base that I used for the longest time, Rust has decided to go ahead and make that no more. So unfortunately, my main trap base doesn't actually work anymore. So I have to come up with a new style, and unfortunately all these newer styles are a little bit more obvious that it is a trap base. So the one that I had, you can essentially make any base into a trap base, and it utilized signs and the ability to put snap traps directly on top of the signs. And so you would place them, like, let's use this as an example. You'd place the signs right here, put a snap trap on top, and anytime somebody would walk right here, boom, boom, they'd get hit by 2 snap traps and die. So it's freaking awesome. Am I on a public server? No, public servers are just Rust only. Am I on a public server right this moment? I wish I was able to gather all of this resources that quickly on a public server. No, this is my modded server, but I do have a community server called Breaking Rust that I play on. This one is strictly just for base building, testing out videos, stuff like that. Okay, so now in here, you can go ahead and place a box down however you see fit. Let's go ahead and just put it like that. Now this part is, to me, kind of stupid. It's the only way that I see using a half wall really worth it. because you cannot place a wall down because that box is there, but you can place a half wall. Why that is, I do not know, but apparently there's no building restrictions when it comes to this functionality right here. Alright, now with that being said, let's go ahead and go back over to the large box, and you can place another one directly on top. So that's how I build some of my loot rooms. I will use this technique to build awesome loot rooms. But this is so that you could have maybe some weapons and gears down here. You can have syringes up here. That way you can go ahead and continue on fighting even if you get hit pretty hard. So I'm not going to go over and build that on each one of those, but that's how you would do it. Now, you would need to build another ladder hatch anywhere. Let's go ahead and go right there. Let's do that. Let's do another box right here. The GTA, I'm so glad you think that I am awesome. I greatly appreciate that, buddy. Alright, now this is where your main loot room is going to be. And this loot room is just so sick. I love this as a loot room. You can fit so much in it. So let me just quickly upgrade everything here. Yeah, it has a lot of room, a lot of structure to it, without feeling constrained, without feeling very tight. Everybody can move around very comfortably without any issues. Okay, so this is the base so far. So from the outside, it just looks pretty beastly. That's because, well, it is. It will take a lot, and of course, you would have your external TCs outside, so they'd have to blow all the way in to get to your center TCs, plus 2, maybe 3 externals just to build up to your loot room, and then they have to blow into your loot room. So you have to use a hell of a lot of rockets on this thing. This thing is absolutely insane. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on with the build. Yeah, I use this base a lot when I have 2 to 5 people. Actually, I've had this with 10 people. I don't like having 10-man groups because unless you guys are really, like, you guys really know each other, it's just a pain in the ass because somebody's gonna screw up, somebody's gonna leave doors open, and it's just gonna make your whole base really weak. I've had that happen. I've had actually somebody in the loot room, and the enemy was on the shooting floor because they raided in that much, and they opened this, got shot, and let them up here. Whereas if it was me, I would go down the ladder hatch and shoot them from behind and move on from there. But anyways, it is what it is. Now, let's go ahead and place these walls up, and I'm going to show you how to make a sick loot room. I, of course, am not going to fill this loot room completely. I'm going to show you how to make one section of it, and then you can do the rest, just for the sake of time. If there is a demand for it, you guys really want to see this whole section filled completely with boxes, I'll go ahead and do that. But I don't think it's going to be that necessary. So I'll do these two right here. How much wood and stone would this cost? We're going to find out that at the end. I gave myself 100,000 wood and now 200,000 stone. So it's costing a bit, but honestly, when you're building it the correct way, yeah, it might cost more resources, but it's going to require so much damn resources just to gain access to it that it's almost becomes completely pointless to raid. That's why I typically don't get raided that often. Whether I'm solo, whether I'm basing with other people, I don't get raided all that often. When I'm solo, I build completely different. I build hidden bases, in fact. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm placing these. Actually, you know what? It'd probably be best to take these as close to the front as possible. I should have made sure of that. Alright. You don't want to go too far forward because then you can't actually place a double door here, because you are going to want to place a double door here and here. Okay. With that being said, come over here. Boom. You can have it as far back, you can have it as far forward as you want. I typically prefer to bring it all the way up to the front. Now, you go back and you do that half wall trick. Make sure to upgrade these to at least wood. They're not going to take the time to hatchet this down, but if it's not upgraded, you're going to lose all that loot so quickly. Okay, so now come up here, place a box there, place a box here, and then upgrade this. Don't have any double doors. Oh, shit. Okay, how about these ones? Yes, alright. Alright, so now I've got 5 in here instead of a traditional 4, right? But I'm not done yet. Make sure the doors open inwards. And then from there, come on. Thank you. And there you go. So that's how you can maximize the crap out of your loot room. So you can even put a small box right here if you wanted to. Now, something to keep in mind. This is very, very important. Whenever you're building a base, if I add a wall, one thing you don't notice, when I add this right here, I reset the stability of the entire base every single time that I add anything, right? So if I come over here, this is very important to note on those 2 boxes right there, because they're sitting on the door right now. No problem. No problem right now, right? But if I close the door and then I do it, it resets the stability of what's going on. And so then, because it resets it, those blocks are like, what the fuck, I'm not sitting on anything. And so then they explode. So you want to make sure that you always have those doors open. That's another reason why I don't like grouping with large groups. It's because somebody's going to forget to open the damn doors. But when it's just me and my buddy Bushwookie, we are very cautious about that stuff. So we make sure to open everything before we really expand. But when you're at this point and you're building up, you're trying to build a loot room like this, you're just gonna leave the doors open while you do it real quick, and you're gonna finish off the base. Because once you're at this point, you probably have enough resources to go ahead and finish the base. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these back up. And then we're going to continue on with the base. And now it's just all about the roof and how you want the roof to actually be laid out. And for the sake of stability, you're going to want to come down here, and you're going to want to do something with this centerpiece right here, because this right here is going to be very low on stability. But if you add something, let's say we add that, and then we add the door frame, the walls to upgrade everything. Now it's back up to 37. So we just more than doubled the stability of that part right there, and left this area still completely open. You can do whatever you want with it. So that's just my little tidbit, is to go ahead and come back and add stuff to this right here. My buddy Bushwookie's online. Nice. Oh, he's probably on Discord. Yeah, he's on Discord right now. I'm going to have him do a plug-in real quick for you guys. He's a new YouTuber, so I'm just going to have him say, hey. Yo, Bushwookie. Bushy, you there? Never mind, he might not be here. I was going to have him do a shout-out.
Huh?
What up, buddy?
I literally just turned my computer on and I hear someone talking and I'm like, it sounds like Invis.
Yeah, I don't know why it automatically connects to Discord and throws you into a freaking channels, the last channel that was on when you turned off your computer. It bugs me. But anyways,
that's good. I like that. I like that because otherwise it puts me in AFK.
Well, I'm streaming right now, but I just wanted to see if you wanted to give a quick shout out on your base, and or what your thoughts are on the base that we have currently right now, because that's essentially what I'm going over right now. I'm on the modded server and I just kind of rebuilt it, and I'm just going over questions and answers, comments, conundrums on the actual base itself. So I wanted to get your thoughts on it, and if you wanted to do a quick shout out, so see if we can get people to subscribe to your channel.
Oh yeah, quick shout out, Bushwookie Adventures for sure. The base idea though was all Invis. Viz came up with that base idea. Although I do definitely like the bridge idea, because it does reduce the amount of defense that you need for a base like that, because you actually have to foundation wipe that base, or at least have 5 people to be able to blow up 2 stories. Right. Actually, let me rephrase that. You have to have at least 6 or 7 people to blow up 4 stories, because you have to wall stack. You have to boost up on top.
Exactly. Absolutely. And having multiple TCs also makes it so that people can't just two-man boost to the next floor, place a sleeping bag, transfer the loot, has the first person kill himself, and then spawn on the sleeping bag and go up the base that way. I've seen people do that before. I've done it before. So having multiple TCs means that they'd have to blow into each TC on each floor just to even do that. So it's just absolutely insane how much resources is needed for a base like this. Absolutely incredible.
Although what I see what you added here, you changed it a little bit.
Yes, this one, the reason why I changed this one is because I wanted to show that you can start off with a 1x2. Where is it? And you can actually use this as your base, as your starter base, and then build into this monstrosity over time.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it this way. But yeah, it takes it takes the same amount of resources, whether it's this one or the one that's on our base. The only difference is the TCs on the outside. I haven't added them yet, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But yeah, everybody, if you guys can please check out Bushwookie's stream. We actually stream at the same time on our server a lot, so you can have two different perspectives, and that'd be awesome. What up, Black Ops? In fact, if you want...
the link is down in the description.
Yeah, the link is in the description, so you can go ahead and click on that, and you guys have fun with that. Alright, so I'm going to continue on building this. Oh, actually, I wanted to show what you could do right here. If you're not placing anything here, like a wall or a TC, you could actually go like this. I've done this a few times. I did this on Faction Wars, actually, and it worked out really well.
Stacked a furnace in it? Or no? Oh, no, I know.
You could absolutely put the furnaces in here. Let's go ahead and do that as well.
Oh, you messed up.
How so? Why is this going so slow?
What? Are you dehydrated?
No. Oh, wait, right there. It can't go up.
Because this box right here is right on the line. This one's a little bit over the line. This one's a little bit over the line. Oh no.
Oh, I remember. I put all of them at an angle so that I could fit it.
Furnace in the middle?
No, not a furnace in the middle, but I angled all of these so that I could fit
all boxes on top.
All the boxes on top, yeah. There you go. So now you just got yourself a lot more boxes. I feel like, oh, you know what? Am I crouched? I hit X. That's why I was moving so slowly. So you can... Oh, wow. So if you crouch while in no clip mode, it makes you move slower. I did not know that.
I use it sometimes to be able to position stuff in the perfect spot.
That's funny. Crowley's saying this is probably the only interesting raid stream. Rush stream. Dude, I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I noticed that when we stream on normal servers, it's going to be a lot of downtime. It's just going to be us whacking a damn tree, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a whole lot from there. But doing stuff like this where I can really interact with you guys, I can really go over, I can stop and go over how to do builds, how to do things. Like we did a great one on how to build starter bases. That was awesome. I loved doing that so much more than a typical thing that we've been doing lately. So
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it.
Well, someone subscribed to me. I'm level 12 now.
Nice.
Thank you, whoever it was.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to place them because of the furnace. That's right. Rip.
Black Ops, I see you. Hello. The delay, though.
Yeah, the delay is real.
It is. If I sound tired, I literally just woke up.
Well, good morning. What time do you work?
Oh, I don't work the next 2 days. I'm free, man.
Oh, nice.
Free, like Freebird and Leonard Skinner.
Such a good song. Such a good song.
No, because it's entirely too long of a song.
Ah, I love it, man.
I get halfway through the song, I'm like, alright, next song.
I just love the guitar on it, man. It's so sick, especially the latter half. I agree that it's very long. The first half needs to be shortened even more, but really it's the build up on that song. The build up on that song is just absolutely insane, man.
No fucking ways. Really? If you search Bushwookie Adventures, I'm the first one? That is awesome.
Nice. Bushwookie Adventures, dude. I like that name too, dude.
Good. Good. Actually, I might have to rechange the whole name. Maybe I can change the whole name. Just name my channel Bushwookie Adventures.
I think that's a good name, man.
I don't think it's gonna let me though.
Okay, so
Problem.
from here, you guys can build the roof however you see fit. I do recommend being able to place, let's see if we can do, if you do triangle foundations, you're going to run into stability issues. But in certain situations, it will allow you to place them so that way you can actually get these little nooks right here and you can shoot straight down on your base, right? Now I see a lot of people do things similar to this, and they'll add door frames and then they add a door, and so when they open the door they shoot down. I'm not a big fan of that because it uses up a lot more unnecessary resources, and it adds a lot of blind spots, which can be good, but at the same time can be a real pain in the ass. So what I like to do are these right here.
Alright. So that is gonna be the new name. It'll be Bushwookie Adventures. And I just got 3 more subscribers as we were talking. Thank you guys.
You guys are awesome, man. Love y'all.
Appreciate it.
Alright, so I like this so much more. So much more, because I can still do the exact same thing without falling. I can come over here. Now do keep in mind that if you stand right here and you get shot, your gun is going down there. If you die, your gun's going down there. So you do want to play it very safe right there. But the thing that I love about using those is because now, let's change it to daytime. Now we've got this little peak right here where we can shoot anybody through that hole without too much of an issue, right? So that's why I love putting these on the roofs. So you guys can design the roof however you see fit, but that in a nutshell is the base. I'm gonna go ahead and show how I place the TCs, the external TCs on this bad boy. So what I'll do is I will come over and I will find any of the squares right here, right here, and right here. So I will focus on the 3 squares, right? What I do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll probably have to go 7. Just to be on the safe side, let's do 8 right now. Come in. Bump place. Boom. There you go.
7?
So 7 out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wall that bad boy off. You can either choose to do squares, or if you want, you can do 6 square foundations all the way out, and then a triangle, so you can use less resources. That's perfectly fine. Then all you need to do is do a wall, and then put the TC. Now, I recommend doing TCs 2 wall high instead of a door in the front when you have multiple people online, because you can actually, just totally dropped my hammer. Where the fuck did I put the hammer? Okay.
Dropped one on the ground for you.
To
your left.
There we go. Thank you so much. I don't know why I dropped that. Anyways, so the reason why I always do 2 high is you can leave for now, for a short period of time. You don't want to leave it that way forever, but you can go ahead and do this so that when you have other people in your group that have not authorized themselves on the TC just yet, you can build up and have them drop in from the top. If you do a square, then you can put a ladder hatch at the top, which is even better for security purposes. But I never put a door, because then they just have to blow through the door to get access to the TC. So I don't recommend that. Okay, so now, yes, Bush?
You only have 1 TC in the center of the base and this one out here, right?
For right now, yes.
Why am I building blocked?
Well, the TCs in here are stacked.
Oh, in the main building you do have stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there they are. I'm sitting here wondering, I only saw the one, I was like, where's the minute?
Okay, now situations like this where I'm stuck. I can't do anything right there. That's not a big deal, because you should be able to come in and place stairs up. And now go out. This still counts as 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Triangle. Wall. And TC.
Also, by the way, guys, just to add to his little build here, if you have the time, simply 3 triangles and then 2 stories high on each one. You got yourself a pretty gnarly TC setup. Because then they have to come over here and just raid one of your TC towers just to be able to have access to it.
And actually, you don't even, to be honest, you wouldn't even need. If you put after everybody has access, if you put a roof on that piece right there, you wouldn't even need to put a double wall here. But he's correct.